Hello everyone! Sorry about last week's recap. I really did not have the energy to do a video of player suggestions. We've not had too much happen this week, but in the meeting we did talk about my sword event and the new /shop stuff, so I'll start with my sword event just to get you all pumped. So, my sword event is the 7 Swords of Power, forged by an English legend, Wayland the Smith. He has made many swords throughout his life, but 7 truly powerful ones. These swords include swords like Albion, which Robin Hood was given by Herne the Hunter, as seen here.
But what must I do?
What your fate asks of you. The time is near.
The time? What time?
They have waited too long. Take the sword. Take it! Albion. One of the 7 swords of Wayland. Charged with the power of light and darkness. String the bow.
And Excalibur, which was obviously King Arthur's sword. So these swords are a pretty big deal. Right now Excalibur can be found at Eureka, but you can't get it as I've yet to implement the challenges for the swords, although they are underway. Preston and I have managed to get their powers working, so these aren't ordinary swords with some nice enchantments. One of these swords chills the person you're attacking and every 30 seconds will give them wither to simulate shivering to death. Excalibur gives resistance and saturation to you and everyone around you, making it impossible to starve while holding it, and activating it will heal everyone fully and giving them more hearts for a short time. I hope that gets you somewhat excited. We will try and get 1 cash cube out before I do any more work on the sword, so please bear with us. Now, as for the shop stuff, I promise that for server items that we stick with buying and selling them through the signs like we've always done. This is because with signs we can control how many items are sold per hour, and we know how they work and very easily tweak them, as all staff members know how to use the signs. Not all of us are all comfortable with the shop plugin. Also, not being able to make every item buyable through the server makes play shops all the more valuable, as if you need a slime ball, there's always a market for it, whereas you don't have to suffer the severe loss of profits to undercut the server prices if the server's selling it. I would love to hear feedback on that, however, so just let us know in the comments below. Okay, lots of player suggestions as always. It's always my favourite part of the recap, so let's get into it. Right, first up we have require a rules quiz for new players. I think this may drive new players away, maybe for new players that get jailed right away, but just telling them to read the rules again and see what they do after is normally enough to judge their character and see if they're fit for the community or not. Gift or trade command to remotely give players items. We'd have to find a plugin. I don't even know if there is one, but to make it easier for now, why don't we just let you rent a PO box in Eureka or something for a week, and it's basically just a donation chest that people can put things in. Build a racetrack for new players to race horses. I can literally do this today. It is interesting though that when we had Evora on our first map, no one actually used it, so I wonder if you guys will prove me wrong. Spectate option for the UHC. As the UHC is like a 4K by 4K map, it'd be very hard to have like a glass stand, but we may think about giving you Spooktator, the game mode, if we can find a way to control cheating, etc. We don't want you flying around the map and saying, oh, this person's got this to your mate, but give admins permissions to make hollow signs and spawn zombie and skeleton horses for donors. The hollows would be fine, but the summon command is for seniors, so we may have to give them a command item. to summon them instead. Automatic reminder not to mention lag. We vowed we'd never be a server with automatic broadcasts, etc. If you're playing for like 4 hours, you can be spammed with about 60 of them, so no matter what, I don't think we need this anyway. Training for helpers when jail and mute commands are usable. Also maybe a forum post they can reference. So, new helpers have access to jail and mute, and they may not know how to use it until someone tells them, which can be troublesome. The leadership team will set up forum posts for you helpers and not promote you until you're in-game and they can talk to you about all of this before you get helper, as the new commands are meant for emergencies and not to jail someone if a staff member is on, for example. Server-wide Secret Santa for Christmas. A bit early, but I don't see why not. It'd be tricky to set up for a server-wide thing. We did have it for staff members last year and it was easier to control, but... Reduced teleport wait time. The reason why we have wait times is to give your client time to load in the new chunks, as not everyone has good PCs or laptops. Some donor ranks do bypass this though, but if you mean the 30-second wait time between like TPs and everything, I think we can look into that. UHC Hall of Fame. Now that someone other than Zane has won for once, we can look into that. Buyable set homes in the donation store. That would render donating for homes pretty much useless. We would like to keep it so you have some really nice perks that you can't get in-game to really set it apart from the other players. Sorry. More server shops. What would you like to see? Like I said before, we purposely set out not to sell everything so players would have a nice economy and market, but make all items buyable on the shop interface. This kind of goes with those last two things about shops, I think. Donors get their player skull. I will give donors 10 skulls to do what they want. They can trade them and sell them whatever, but they will not get any more. If a player they sold to them gets banned or they chuck it in lava, tough. Add a library to New Leaf. I feel like this would fit more in with Eureka, but what would a library do? Maybe we can sell player written stories there. A tutorial covering all shop options. Sign shop, villager, /shop. We can update the shop tutorial, that'd be fine. I just need to get up to speed with all of the new plugins because not even I know how to use some of them. So, when will the country club be ready? When we find a lovely area to plop it down in. What happened to the idea of new players being marked with an icon for a limited time? This could still be done. We could have an icon next to a new player's name for like 48 hours of actual playtime. So people would know they need help and stuff. Yeah. A merp button. I don't know what merping is, but I do have a funny idea for it. A boom button. Poof is good enough, I feel. Make silly ta-da buttons buyable for towns. I'll think about making it available in realty for the town owners. Well, that's all the player suggestions. It's Players of the Week time now, so first up we have Citizen of the Week, which is Burek Pie, and he got that for getting players together and letting them compete in his puzzles and prizes, so well done. Trainer of the Week is Mr. Bro Hansen for getting the whole server together for his PvP event, so good job, that was fun. Dr. Huggle for Moderator, for doing such a good job and just keeping the players in check. Admin of the Week is Zane because she's awesome and she's my new wife, so why not? She's also one of the best admins we've ever had, so well done. And Senior of the Week is myself because I'm Overlord and I do what I want. So, Donors of the Week are Angry Stomper and Euro for renewing their subscriptions, and Karma Moore and myself for buying high donors. Although mine was for Ballistic Kittens. So yeah, thank you guys. And yeah, that's it for this recap. Be sure to check out our other videos, including Skyrim, Five Nights at Freddy's, Final Fantasy, etc. So yeah, and have fun. I'll see you guys on the server. Bye!